Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Nikisha Bond. I am excited. We are doing the first law in the 48 Laws of Power. We've got the physical book right here that we are reading. In actuality, I'll be honest, I've actually read a couple of these chapters already. So you might see me in the same outfit for a while because I've already read these. So what is law number 1? I'm going to go ahead and read the little summary, and then we're going to go ahead and read a little bit, and I'm going to tell you a story. Law number 1, never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please or impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Yes, okay. So, keys to power. So this is what it talks about. I know I said I wasn't going to read the book, but I'm going to read like a little bit of the book, and then I'm going to talk, okay? I'm not going to do too long. Okay. So everyone has insecurities. When you show yourself to the world and display your talents, you naturally stir up all kinds of resentment, envy, other manifestations of insecurity. This is to be expected. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty fears of others. But with those who are above you, you must take a different approach. When it comes to power, outshining the master is perhaps the worst mistake of all. Okay, so I wanted to read a little bit more. It says, do not fool yourself into thinking that life has changed much since the days of, the courtiers. Those who attain high standing in life, like kings and queens, they want to feel secure in their positions and superior to those around them in intelligence, wit, and charm. It's deadly but common misperception to believe that by displaying, flaunting your gifts and talents that you're winning the master's affection. He may feign appreciation, but as his first opportunity, he will replace you with someone who's less intelligent, less attractive, and less threatening. So, you might see this a lot on the job. If you are out there and you're like, you know what, I'm going to show my boss and I'm going to show him what a great job I can do. And you're like, how come I can't get hired? How come I can't get up? It's because you're not an ally. You're seen as an enemy. You want to take the master's position. And so now, instead of you being someone who's helping the master, you're seen as someone who is trying to go against the master. And so I have a couple of different stories. So I started this job one time and they were playing this game. And the game revolved us going around and having to get clues from different people. And I just started the job, so I didn't know anybody. So I really didn't want to do this game. And we were going to be moving seats and I liked my seat. I didn't want to move. So I was already upset, right? So then it came time to do the game. And, the boss is handing out the instructions. And I'm like, do we have to participate? And they looked at me like, you don't have to participate if you don't want to. And I was like, I mean, I will if you want to. But, essentially I was saying it was kind of dumb. I don't think they appreciate that very much. And so I can't quite remember exactly what happened, but I ended up doing the game. So I went, did the game, and then I came in. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, do that. And she was like, you don't have to say everything that's on your mind. And I was like, that was actually like a novel concept to me. That you mean everyone is not waiting with bated breath to hear what I have to say? What? It's crazy. It's crazy. But, that really let me know where my position is and that you have to read the room. I clearly was not reading the room. I was talking to people and people were hyping me up. But when I said that, everybody looked at me like, ooh, girl, I can't believe you just said that. So I was like, oh, there's a game going on here. There's always a game going on. Whether you're playing or not, whether you're ignorant and naive like me, just thinking, I can just say whatever I want. People are just waiting with bated breath to hear what I have to say. And I'm just going to say it because I need to say it. And then you realize, oh, I really don't need to say that. So you don't want to outshine the master. And then I'll tell you from the flip side, I've actually, worked with people who came in and they're like, oh, I think we should change this. And you guys are doing this wrong. You guys are doing that wrong. And I'm like, who are you to come in here and say what we are and what we aren't doing wrong? How do you know what we've tried and what we haven't tried? How arrogant of you, how conceited of you, how, the most, you're doing the most, the absolute most. And so I'm not the type of person to take somebody down personally, but I definitely can get the sense of why a master would be like, yeah, let's go ahead and put that person in the corner. Let's put that person on ice. They're thinking a little too highly of themselves. Let's take them down a notch or two. So I think it's a really important lesson to learn. I highly recommend that you read chapter 1, get on board so we can all read this together. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But what are our takeaways? What can we do with this information? Number 1, know the room that you're talking to. Know who you're talking to. Know what's going on. Be aware and try to give people what they're looking for. That will help you a lot more in life than trying to go against the grain and trying to fight everybody. And, sometimes they say you can't fight City Hall. It's like, You can, but like, are you going to win at the end of the day? Is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Are you going to get all that you're hoping to get out of it just because you fought tooth and nail? You know, sometimes you have to do what you got to do to get what you want. So when it comes to the master, you just want to be mindful of what could you do that could be in service to them? What could you do to make them look better? What could you do to help them out? What could you do to be of service? Because then they're more likely to give you autonomy. They're more likely to give you more responsibilities. They're more likely to give you a raise. So when you're dealing with someone who's above you, try to be a servant to them, just because that's what they are kind of expecting in their mind. I mean, I can tell you that, yeah, I do. We got to expect that in my mind because I feel like I've worked so hard to get where I am that, you know, when someone wants to come in and just feels so entitled, I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? Anyway, so that I think is a great lesson to learn. So please drop in the comments if you've read the book or if you've read this law or what your thoughts are on Outshining the Master, or if you have any stories that you'd like to share that could help anybody. And we will be back with law number 2. See you guys tomorrow.